Hi everyone, and again welcome to the Soul Shift channel. Today I will continue to tell you about my journey and the next step that I took. The autumn had arrived and things were feeling very heavy. I just didn't know happiness and energy anymore. I constantly disappointed myself by not getting things done. And every single task at work felt as if I had to battle with myself. I used to always be very vibrant, but now it was as if someone had put a pair of concrete boots on my feet. I remember sitting in the office working. I had just had a lovely chat with one of my tremendously nice co-workers. Back in my chair, I got a pop-up message about a lunch seminar that one of my ex-colleagues was hosting. And it would start that same day. It was about finding one's purpose. Lovely to see a dear friend again, and another step in my new life that I had no idea had already started. She spoke about zooming out, taking a moment to look at your life from another angle. And this seminar was a promotion for an upcoming course, which I decided to join. It was 5 weeks of self-leadership and deep diving into my own life and purpose. During those weeks, we made vision boards, we spoke with one another in smaller groups, shared insights, and did assignments. I made the decision to go all in and spent every evening and weekend listening to books on the same subject. I walked and walked, trying to figure out, my purpose. I realized that I had lost myself. I had totally lost the meaning of my why. Not really because something was wrong, but because I had outgrown my own life. I had built up a career, a family, a place to live, and that had been the reason I woke up and jumped out of bed every morning. But that part was done. It was already up and running. And now what? I was still walking in the same footsteps, but it no longer gave me any joy, nor did it give me any reason to jump out of bed in the morning. I took each task during this course extremely seriously, and did every single one of them with an open heart. I really wanted to change. I wanted to find my new purpose and understand what I wanted to do next. Every time we met virtually, we gave comments on the past week, what had been the best part and whether we had any new insights. Of this reason, the notes are quite detailed about how I actually felt and what was going on in my head back then. Honestly, now when I'm looking back at my notes, almost 4 years later, I can extremely clearly see in what I wrote where my triggers were. But back then, I just could not see a way out. I didn't even dare to think about the idea of leaving my well-paid job and starting a new career. It felt like totally impossible to do such thing. But I even wrote it out loud. I wrote this as a comment from the week that had passed. I realized I didn't think about work. Just money, dreams, and projects. I added job because I felt I had to. During that time, and perhaps my whole life, I was so hard on myself. I told myself so many harsh words that I would never dream of saying to someone else. But in my head, there was a constant stream of thoughts. You just don't get anything done. Everything you try, you fail to fulfill. And many times when I spoke my opinion or asked questions at work, I had regrets afterwards and felt some kind of panic inside. I remember when I tried to make it a habit to always clean the kitchen sink before going to bed, and I didn't do it for 3 nights. Then the thought started, oh, you cannot fulfill anything. Why did you even try? Now you failed again. But there and then, I just stopped and realized this is not serving me. This is not helping me. Instead, I told myself, so what? You missed it 3 nights, but you do it now. You cannot fail. That sentence was one of the best things that came to me. I cannot fail. It became like a mantra, and I use it ever since. As soon as the thoughts come in my head, I will think, I cannot fail. Another destructive habit I had was to always walk around feeling as if everything I did was fake. That soon the bubble would burst and everybody would know that I was a failure. Constantly having those thoughts is a kind of torture towards yourself. And I think that when you have a bigger purpose, a bigger goal, you might be able to handle your negative self-talk better. But when you don't really know why you should get out of bed in the morning, those thoughts become just a disaster. And why? Why would someone do that to themselves? No wonder I felt sad and down when the thoughts in my head constantly told me how useless I was. At the end of the course, we were recommended to read The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And for me, that became an amazing shift. It became such an important part of my new life. So I will tell you all about it next time. Thank you all for watching, and bye-bye.